Hello, this is Andrew for Geek News Central, and today I've got a Mynt Bluetooth tracker to try out. So this is one of those small devices that you can put into a wallet or a purse, or put on a keyring, attach to a pet, put in a child's backpack, that'll help you keep track of whatever it is you want to keep track of. So they typically don't have GPS in them themselves. They use Bluetooth to talk to a smartphone or tablet, which is running a complementary app. And it's really the smartphone or the tablet that keeps track of where the device is and logs that on a map, so that really, if you lose contact with the tracking device, you can really see, well, where did I last see it? This Mynt also supports separation alerts, so if you want to set it up so that if the tracker kind of falls out of Bluetooth range of the smartphone, then it'll issue an alert. And the alerts can go both ways. You know, the tablet can make the tracker ring and the tracker can make the tablet ring. So let's look at what's involved and get it set up. So in the box, I've already had a play with this, so it's not a pure unboxing. So inside the box you've got the Mynt tracker, and it also comes with a little key ring plus a spare battery. So I'll take that out. So there's the batteries kind of moved, and the batteries was down there, and there's a couple of stickies that allow you, if you want to, you can stick the tracker to something. And there you've got you can't really see it, but there's a little loop keyring that allows you to kind of loop around there and put it on your keyring. So this is the tracker. There's a wee button in the middle that you can press, and it'll probably it flashes red there. This is all very nice. I mean, there's a bit of weight to it. It's not too bad, but it's as you can see, kind of like a brushed stainless steel. And there's a little battery compartment. I'm not going to take the battery out with it, but the nice thing about I don't know whether it's focusing on this correctly, but the nice thing about this is that there's kind of like a little catch here that you have to move before the battery compartment can open up. So it kind of makes sure that the battery doesn't come out when it's not supposed to. Okay, so let's see if we can get this tracker paired up with the app. So this type of Mynt we're using. Now I've already used this, so we can skip this bit, and it's just telling us how to get the battery going. So once it collects it, it puts a little yellow icon on there, and we just tap that, and it now tries to connect up. This sometimes takes a wee moment, and there we go. So that didn't take too long at all. So what we've got along the top are the different things you can kind of do. Now these are all just suggestions, but we're going to do a bag. And what we also have here is information about the default loss prevention settings for the tracker, for the Mynt tracker. And really what that is, if you remember, what that's about is that if the tracker goes out of Bluetooth range of the device, it'll sound an alert on both the phone and the tracker. So let's go with that for now. We can change that later. So it's asking us to test this out. This is where hopefully it works, because otherwise demos always go very badly wrong. But let's try it. Come on. Yep, there we go. Okay. So that's it, done. So you can see how you can make the tracker. Now you can do the same thing in reverse. I'm going to not do that because I know it's quite loud and it takes a while to run through the little tune. So let's skip that and have a look at what's available. So we can open this up, and it shows on the map here just roughly where we are. It's correct, so that's just perfect. It gives us a clue as to that we're near as opposed to far. And it also in here, every now and then the app puts in these smart tips. They're so useful. Up here, I don't know if you can see it, we've got a little battery indicator. It says 100%. I suspect, as I said, I've been using this, so I suspect that will fall a little bit in a minute or two. You can change the name of the device. So let's say we're going to call this red bag instead of just a purse, because I do actually have a red bag. Okay, so that's it changed. You've got the map. And here's the bit to do with loss prevention that we talked about a little bit earlier as well. So if you want, you can make the Mynt alarm go off for a period of time when the tracker goes out of range. And similarly, if you want to you can make the phone go off if the Bluetooth disconnects with the tracker. And finally, you can say, well, how long does this have to be apart? Because, you know, you're going to get intermittent glitches and dropouts. So it says, well, look, it has to be disconnected for at least 30 seconds before the alarm goes off. Now, one of the other features that the Slightech Mynt tracker has is we can actually put this into a remote control mode. So when you press the button on here, it doesn't make the tablet ring. It makes it takes a picture, or it plays different music. And if I turn this on, you can now, it does warn you about this because it does disable effectively the tracking capabilities. You can actually then choose the did it pick it up? Well, I think what I will actually say is that that reflects the difficulty that I did actually have using the tracker as a remote control. I could never get this to work properly with this, and I don't know whether it was an issue with the Nexus 9 or whether it was with the tracker generally, but whenever I tried to turn on the remote control mode, I could never really get it to work. So to be honest, I never used it as the remote control, only ever used it as a tracker. So just bear that in mind if you're thinking of it. Now, it might have been the Bluetooth on the Nexus 9, might have been the Bluetooth on my phone, but which was it's a relatively old, it's the OnePlus 2. So I can't say, but as I say, I could never really get this successfully to work. And I did have these similar issues with the app not quite responding correctly whenever I was doing remote control stuff. So let's go back to, so it's now trying to connect through presumably for the remote control mode. And as I said, I didn't really find it very useful or get it to work at all. So on that slightly disappointing note, I guess I can probably wrap up. I mean, as a tracker, I did find that the Mynt did work really well. I can't demonstrate the separation tracking in that I'd have to walk down the corridor and you'd be bored for 2 minutes whilst I walked out the corridor. But it is a nice tracker. It works, you know, as I say, it works well as a tracker. It's solidly made. So from that point of view, it's probably £20 relatively well spent, if that's the kind of thing you're after. A couple of other downsides that I've found: some of the language in the app is a bit, the English isn't that great, and the other issue I had, which is probably more relevant, is that you can only log in to one device with the tracker at a time. So even if you've got the app installed on more than on your phone and your tablet, when you kind of log in onto the second device, it kind of logs you out of the first one. So you've only got one thing tracking the phone at a time, or tracking the tracker at a time, which is a little bit disappointing because, you know, I can see people use different phones at different devices and you get better coverage. So let's say both you and your wife had Mynt trackers, you know, you could both log in at the same time and it just doesn't really matter where you are. Things like that, it would be good if you had that kind of flexibility. I guess that's probably about it. So it's fallen out of, oh, there's the remote control actually, so I can now show you this bit here. So as I say, you can choose, this is the default mode, but there's the camera mode. So a single click will take a picture. If you hold it down, you kind of get a burst shot. If you again in the sort of music player mode, you got play, pause, you got next, triple click is previous, volume up, volume down for hold, and click and hold and things like that. So in theory it ought to be useful, but as I said, I could never really get this to work reliably, and for the most part I turned it off. Turn it back off again. Okay, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it. As I say, if you are interested, you can get them from Amazon, and there's more information on Mynt's website, which is Mynt Tracker with just the one T in the middle, minttracker.com. Okay, so this is Andrew for Geek News Central, rounding off this review of the Mynt Tracker. Thanks very much. Bye.